Hey everybody, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here. And in ChatGPT news, and we've actually really got to talk about this one, this is the ChatGPT lawsuit that you really need to be following, because I think this one is going to be really telling about the future of artificial intelligence, or rather the platforms and that are AI, the ChatGPTs and its competitors, and how they actually ingest our data. Now, here's what's going on. This is coming, and I've read a couple of different sources on this, but basically the website Payments had a really interesting write-up on this, so I'm cribbing heavily from them. And a federal lawsuit is basically claiming that OpenAI trained its ChatGPT tool using millions of people's stolen data. Now, this suit was filed on Wednesday, June 28th in U.S. District Court in San Francisco by the Clarkson law firm, and they're accusing the multi-billion dollar, artificial intelligence company of carrying out a strategy to, quote, secretly harvest massive amounts of personal data from the internet. Now, the data, according to the suit, included private information and conversations, medical data, and information about children without owners' permission or knowledge. Quote, with this unprecedented theft of private and copyrighted information belonging to real people, basically OpenAI and ChatGPT, again, quote, would not be able to be the multi-billion-dollar business they are today. End quote. Now, the lawsuit is asking the court for a temporary freeze on the commercial use of OpenAI products, meaning you've got that free OpenAI ChatGPT account and you're asking it questions, it's doing your term papers for you, whatever it is, that could basically cease if the court essentially grants an injunction. Now, also named in this lawsuit is Microsoft, because Microsoft has invested more than $10 billion in OpenAI. They believe it's the future. And if you've listened to Bill Gates, basically he's talking about essentially the AI assistant literally being the next iPhone revolution that is coming. Now, the press of various outlets, including the one I'm cribbing from here, Payments, has contacted OpenAI for comment, as well as Microsoft, but as far as I could find, I have not found any basically reply as this has since come out. Now, OpenAI, if you didn't know, made ChatGPT open to the public in late 2022 and quickly saw this platform explode in popularity due to its ability to provide human-sounding responses and prompts, basically as you are inputting information. It's fascinating to use. I've been using it basically since it went public. Now, since its start, companies around the world have begun incorporating generative AI into basically all of their products, or a ton of them anyway, leading to, as the lawsuit puts it, a, quote, AI arms race. End quote. Now, I think that's actually a really good analogy there, a really good breakdown of that, because that's essentially what we are seeing right now between OpenAI, Google, and a whole bunch of others right now. Not to mention other companies around the globe as well, not just American companies. Now, basically, as was stated last month, OpenAI's, quote, original mission was to build safe AI technology for the benefit of humanity, end quote. But the company changed its organizational structure in 2019 to allow it to raise billions of dollars, primarily from Microsoft, and the firm generates revenue by charging a subscription for access to ChatGPT and other tools, as well as licensing its large language models to businesses. I pay $20 a month to use ChatGPT, knowing that what I feed it is not private, knowing that what I feed it, it will learn on, but it's actually been a pretty valuable tool in my day-to-day business life. Now, the change basically from nonprofit to essentially tech giant was noted in the lawsuit, which argues that the company, quote, abandoned its original goals and principles, electing instead to pursue profit at the expense of privacy, security, and ethics. You could probably make the case for that as well. Now, the suit also devotes a lot of space to potential dangers of AI, noting a belief among experts for the technology's potential to, quote, act against human interests and values, exploit human beings without regard for their well-being or consent, and or even decide to eliminate the human species as a threat to its goals. Now, the danger has also been noted by OpenAI's founder, Sam Altman, as well. He's currently their CEO. Quote, I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong, and we want to be vocal about that. We want to work with the government to prevent that from happening, end quote. That was Mr. Altman, CEO of OpenAI, testifying in front of a recent Senate hearing. And so I think this is an important one that we are really going to have to watch, because I think what's going to happen in federal court is precedent is going to be set on essentially how AI consumes data. And that's something that we really aren't talking about in any which way. We know that there are humans on the back end feeding it information. You can give it access to Google and everything else. Microsoft tried this in 2016 with Microsoft Tay by putting it onto Twitter to allow it to basically consume information from Twitter users, which turned it into a literal Nazi within 24 hours. But the point is that we've advanced since then as well, and the ChatGPTs and large language models are consuming an enormous amount of data, and we really don't have much of a say. We really don't understand what that back end looks like. And I think by virtue of this, we may actually see that be exposed. So I think this is an interesting one to watch. Like I said, I'm going to keep on this, and you should keep on this too. And so that is your ChatGPT /privacy/data ingestion /AI news of the week. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.